Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am Muhammad Al-Qarni, Head of Medical Education Department at Sulaiman Al-Rajihi University. I would like to welcome you all at this presentation titled SaudiMEDs Problematisation, Are We Addressing the Real Issue? So our talk today is focused on educational policy. Educational policy has a powerful impact on the educational system, including faculty and student. So these educational policies should be reviewed and developed with time. We did environmental scan about Saudi medical education, and we found some issues that has been raised in the literature by experts and scholars. These are represented in this slide. Saudi Medical Dean presented SaudiMED as a solution to provide the medical school with the minimum requirement or the minimum standard for medical graduate in Saudi to tackle the issue with the quality of medical education in Saudi. We use in our project a post-structural paradigm of research and use the lens of critical policy analysis to discover the subject and object and problems that presented in the SaudiMED and how it related to the reality and medical education practice. We use Baki's model, what is the problem represented to be, to help us uncover or unearth the problem represented and how it's been tackled in the SaudiMED. This research project, as a qualitative approach, use many approach to unearth the reality of the SaudiMED. So we focus on the context of Saudi medical education and the competency-based medical education concept and how this competency-based medical education conceptualize and contextualize in the medical education of Saudi Arabia. So we deconstruct the reality of medical education practices, and then we reconstruct these practices to unearth more and more understanding about the SaudiMED. Also, having an insider and outsider researcher help us to go deep to uncover more knowledge and understanding of the reality about this document and how it influenced the practice of medical education in Saudi Arabia. SaudiMED used the competency-based medical education as the backbone of its policy and trying to represent itself as the solution to harmonize the quality of medical education among the Saudi medical schools. It follows also the international trend. It has a chapter for health system and training and research with some differences. Despite the fact that this is a proud national product that has a huge potential for success in the future, there are some areas that kept silent, and I will focus here only on the need of rigorous evaluation of the reality of medical education and also the use of World Federation of Medical Education standard for the undergraduate and postgraduate medical education. There is a need for a review process to improve the digital literacy like artificial intelligence, and also prioritizing the hundred of clinical presentation that been mentioned on the in the document. Also, there should be a research grant to improve and to motivate a researcher to develop their research about the SaudiMED and also assist the implementation in different schools. Communication should be more flexible and easy with the faculty from medical school, with the committee of SaudiMED and the task force. It's great that SaudiMED specify the medical graduate competencies, but it's not enough to graduate a competent doctor, especially with some unaddressed issue that has been mentioned, which might affect the SaudiMED purpose. So there is an urgent need to improve the SaudiMED itself by reviewing fully and also assess the implementation process to show greater transparency and also to support the future development. For take-home message, what problem represented to be is a useful tool for reviewing and developing medical educational policy, and there should be a regular and frequent review of all medical education policy to fulfill the societal healthcare needs. Here are some references. After hearing this presentation, what would be your question or comment? Thank you very much for your listening.